This episode is sponsored by Postalytics. If you're doing any type of marketing for your startup today, you're probably missing out on one of the most underrated marketing channels there is to grow your business: direct mail marketing. Finding ways to stand out and get attention for your prospects has never been harder. Business people receive over 120 emails per day. The average Gmail account contains over 8,000 messages. With Postalytics, start standing out by delivering personalized messages directly into the hands of your audience to form a deeper impression than email alone. The best part is you can integrate with your CRM to track, trace, and measure the impact of every dollar you spend. So whether you're an agency or startup founder and looking to build out your next direct mail marketing campaign, visit postalytics.com for a free account and start sending direct mail today.
If you'd like to sponsor the SaaS District podcast or recommend any guests that you think would be valuable to be on the show, visit horizoncapital.com/SaaS-podcast today. Thanks again, folks.
Hello, everyone. This is your host, Akil Jabbar, and welcome back to another episode of SaaS District. In today's episode, we'll be talking about the top B2B sales strategies to help you guys grow your SaaS business today. And before we get into this episode, let's just remember that like any sales, any B2B sales, the goal of sales in SaaS is to solve the problem of a customer. So I just want to make that clear that before you think about all these strategies and tips and tactics that we'll get into, just remember that it's all about the customer and solving their problem. Now, as you may know, in the SaaS industry, it's a hyper-growing industry capable of addressing, you can target individuals if you're B2C or businesses if you're in B2B, but there's unmatched scalability when it comes to, the SaaS business model, and that's what I love about it. The model of SaaS is, easy to access. There's the scalability, there's the recurring subscription model. The tech is super interesting, and depending on the model, you need to master different kind of selling skills in order to be successful. And that's what I want to cover, because depending on your SaaS business model, you have to have, tackle it from a different way. So obviously after recording over 100 episodes and talking with some of the top founders, the best consultants, the best coaches in the industry who talked about sales, we kind of put up some questions here and tips and tricks and strategies that comes to helping you guys with your SaaS sales strategy. All right, so let's get into it. I want to talk about probably the first mistake I see most people in sales make, or even founders, right? They're trying to help their team grow. But if there's one thing I would mention to you guys and look at internally, is think about your qualification process, right? How you qualify your leads, whether you're in marketing or you're in sales, is probably the most important thing you can do, because it's going to make you more effective with your time, make you more efficient in your closing rate, make everybody happy, and be more efficient in your ad budget, your marketing budget, and how much time you're spending on focusing on the right things. And remember, I talk about focusing on the right things when you're trying to optimize your time and be more productive, which I talked about in a couple episodes ago, which you guys can check out. But qualification, right? So you can do this a couple of ways. Think about it on your website. Are you qualifying? Is your copy dedicated and targeting the right people you want to work with? Right? Be very, very clear who you want to be working with and who you don't want to be working with. Okay, so just from the marketing side, your social media, your content, who you're reaching out to. Let's say you're running Facebook ads. Are you targeting the exact people you want to work with, not a large pool of people? The right budget, the right industry, the right size of the team. Are they enterprise level? And you're focusing on SMBs. You have to learn how to say no to those other ones. Right, so that's going to make you more efficient and help you with your close. So look inside, know exactly. I've talked to founders all the time, and I ask them, who is your ideal client profile? And they tell me everybody. Anybody who's willing to pay, any business, we'll take them on. And I say, look, wrong answer. Like, who is it? They'll say agencies, they'll say e-commerce stores, they'll see, healthcare professionals. But, you've just mentioned 3, but how about focusing on the 1 or 2 who are your best clients, and then just create everything for them, and then you can always expand later. So filtering everything in your entire kind of sales process. So like I said on the marketing, your copy, your demo, your messaging, your email copy, and then once, let's say a company comes to your website and they think you're the right fit, make sure you have those when you're filling out the form, whether they're filling out the form or they're starting a free trial, you want to capture as much information about the user. Okay. What are they spending right now on your solution? What industry are they in? What is the size of their company? What is their pain point and why they decided to choose you? And how did they hear about you? So these are all, super valuable information. So by the time it gets to the actual sales demo, let's say, or they use their product, you already have enough information to help them see if they're the right fit for you. And if not, I'll say this again, if they're not a good fit, please learn to say no to them and, pass them on to the right solution. And I'll give you an example here what I mean. Let's say you're focused on enterprise level sales, right? Or even mid-market. Let's go mid-market because we have a lot of people in our audience who are founders who are working with B2B and targeting mid-market. And you get a small business who says, hey, I love your solution. I love what you're building. I see the value here. But then when you schedule a demo with them, let's say you didn't qualify them, you get them on the call, you show them your solution, you spent half an hour, kind of trying to show them your product and how it can be a good fit. They love it, but it's maybe overkill for them. And probably when it comes to the price, your price would be a lot, more expensive than what they can afford at their stage. They're probably, 1 year in, 2 years in, 3 years into their building their business, and maybe they're just not ready for your solution. So rather than, still trying to make them fit, and I see this a lot, right? They'll still take them on because maybe they're willing to find a custom plan for them, try to get them on as a client. And what happens is a couple months in, the client will get frustrated. They'll cancel, they'll churn. They'll generally churn a lot faster because your product wasn't built for them. And what you should have done is, hey, look, this isn't the right product for you right now. However, here is a competitor, or you can say a competition, but they're not really. Another SaaS company that I recommend you guys check them out. Start with them, and what will happen is they'll respect you. They'll appreciate you not trying to sell them and push them, rather than actually show that you care about their business. And who knows, maybe in 3 years, 4 years, or a couple months down the line, they will be ready to use your solution, and then they'll come back and talk to you and be like, hey, you know what? I tried that other solution. I'm ready to move forward, and now I want to start working with you. So that goes a long way in terms of how you qualify and get the right person in for the right product. So, I focused a lot on that one first. There's the different sales, stages. Obviously, you have your lead generation, the top of the funnel, where you kind of generate that interest for your product. Then you have, the prospecting, where you're reaching out to prospects, potential customers, educating them. From there, you're doing the qualification process, which I really highlighted, evaluating whether that prospected target is the right fit for you and your product. Then from there, we go into the demo, right? So the demo is about conducting those demos. That could be product-led through your trials, or it could be support that helps you kind of fit and decide if it's the right fit for their solution. And then obviously the last stage is closing, right? Our favorite part, negotiating terms and making that sale. So that's number one, the first mistake, not having the right qualification process in place. The next part I want to focus on, and the mistake I see often, is not using the right marketing channel or sales kind of focus depending on your audience and your LTV. So what do I mean here? Specifically, let's say you're targeting B2B SMBs, right? And your product is mainly product-led, meaning people come to your product, they want to try it out, they need to see it. And let's say your LTV is focused, let's say, under $500, okay? If it's under $500, meaning they're paying you, I don't know, like $20 a month, and they stick around for a year or so, you shouldn't be doing a demo. And that's what I mean is that you have to have the right strategy for the right type of LTV and sizes of your business. If you're focusing on mid-market and you're giving them the product, showing them the product, they can use it, absolutely do the demo. But I've seen this before where companies charging $9 a month, and they doing demos with every single person who comes to their website and asks for to use their product. If you're charging $9 a month and everything is self-serve, you should be focusing on your product. That's kind of what's called product-led growth. And then refining your pricing model so that people can find you organically through paid advertising, through PR, through SEO, and then they can sign up for a trial, use your product as a way to sell them. And you don't need a person involved. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to scale. Like, think about it. If you need to do, let's say you get 100 people a day signing up for your product, and if it's a self-serve product, you can't do 100 demos per day by yourself, right? And for $9 a month, it's just not worth your time, right? If they're paying $400 over the year and your time is worth, let's say, $1,000 an hour, or you're paying somebody $100 an hour to do sales, you're paying them more than you're going to get back, right? It's just hard to justify that kind of cost per acquisition by doing a demo. So the right thing to do is get them to the right channel for the right types of salesperson. If they're a mid-market, they're over, let's say $1,000 in LTV, then definitely get them on a demo, spend the time with them, show them your product, answer all their questions, and then your LTV will justifiably go up and you'll be working with the right people. But if they're SMB focused, focus on your product, get them into your funnel, and let the product sell itself. All right, so that's number 2. All right, let's go to number 3, which is about pricing and how that affects your sales. So that's another question we have here. How often should I be changing my price, and how does that affect my sales? So a mistake I'll see often as well is people still have the same price that they had from 3 or 4 or 5 years ago when they started their business. So a quick win you can do today: try increasing your price. Okay, we've done this test so many times with our own companies and our own product offerings. We literally just keep increasing the price until we see our conversion rates go down. And we've done this before where we were selling for $75. We increased it to $100. We got no pushback. $125, no pushback. $150, no pushback. $200, no pushback. We went up to $250, and then we started getting some pushback. Okay, so we know we hit that inflection point where people started asking for more. They were doubting it, and they were pushing back and saying, you know what, I'm not interested. And until we saw that, the market told us, right? We thought it was worth 75. It seems like, between 200 and 250 is the right spot for now, right? And now we know, okay, we need to go back and adjust our product, improve it a little bit more, and then we can try again and see maybe it's now worth $250. So quick win right now, go out and increase your price and see how it affects your sales, your next demo. So imagine that we left it at $75. We literally, over 100%, increase in price, and it didn't affect our conversions at all. So quick tip, do that today. Play with your pricing model and see if you get any pushback, because I guarantee your revenue will go up just by making some price changes, and even increase it by 5-10% and see what happens. And if you're scared, on how to do that, there's tools you can do. You can, kind of split test it if you're kind of, SMB or self-serve model focused. Run a tool like VWO. We love doing conversion rate optimization. And that's actually literally one of our biggest kind of playbooks when we acquire a SaaS company is we run different conversion rate optimization tests, and pricing is probably the easiest win for us, right? We just take the same traffic, they're getting 100,000, views a month. They're converting, 100 or 200 new users just with that traffic or more. And then we'll just, start testing out different prices. So we'll split test two different pricing tables, different pages, different offerings. And we'll see, and we'll see that lift, 30, 40, 50% revenue increase in MRR just by doing those simple tests. So try that out yourself, guys. VWO is a really good tool. I love them. Otherwise, you can do them if you're doing demos. Obviously, you have that presentation. Just ask your team, ask your founder, or if you're the founder, talk to your sales team and say, hey, look, we're going to try increasing our price by $200, $100, or just whatever, 10% this month. And let's see how that affects our quotas and our sales this month. All right, so that's number 3. The third thing you guys can do today, start increasing your prices and see how that affects your overall revenue. All right, 4th question here is about demos. How to improve your conversion rate on demos. So you're probably asking, what's the right number? If you're getting, qualifying your leads, you're getting high quality leads coming in, good prospecting, good kind of lead generation, talking to the right people at the right stage. At this point, it's a couple of things they're going to push back on, right? Not the right timing, not the right budget, it's not the right solution, or they need to it's not the right decision maker, right? So you got to overcome all those objections. But before that, people think it's all that, which is good. That's going to be your sales process. Part of your demo before that is make sure you prepare and have the right research before you even talk to them, right? Don't show up to your calendar and say, hey, I'm 5 minutes out from talking to this person. If you have captured all that information from the prospect before in your qualification stage, do your research. Okay, go to hunter.io, go to LinkedIn, check out all their social media pages, check out their website. What are they doing? Is there anything on TechCrunch about their business? Is there any press releases? Have they raised a recent round? Try to get as much information about the person you're about to talk to To build rapport. When you get on that call, you can see something on their LinkedIn profile. Maybe they have, similar, in the same city that you live in, and you can talk about similar sports that you guys enjoy. But also, how far they are in their career. How long have they been working that position? Did they get promoted? Who are they working with? Understand the size of their team. Who's the founder? So have a proper roadmap and do really, really good research beforehand. So you come prepared. And I guarantee your closing rate will go up if you have that information before. I've done this many times where I've just come in and just try to listen. But if I do that extra step of doing the research beforehand, people really appreciate that. And I think it just comes off naturally, right? Like your confidence level goes up just because you feel comfortable that you actually know the person versus coming in, who is this unknown person? How are they going to react? And you have no idea what to expect. So just take that extra step, and I guarantee it'll help a lot on your demos. All right. A couple more points about the demo side. I think it's super, super important. And then we'll wrap up this episode here. Okay. So when you get on the actual demo, make it a conversation. I was literally on a demo the other day, and it drove me crazy. The guy was like literally reading a script. Like he was just reading everything, asking me these questions. And I'm like, okay, I don't really care. Like, why are you telling me this? It's not relevant for me. You just like get to the point. And he didn't ask me questions. Like, get me involved. Like, okay, say what you have to say, show what you have to, but keep me engaged. Be like, all right, so like I showed this product, we can do this, this, and this. What do you think about, do you see yourself using this, or have you done this before? Or, just simple questions and get that yes from me, right? Get them to say yes, because those are micro commitments, right? Ask them questions where they say yes repeatedly. I think you've probably heard that before. And that actually helps improve your chances of getting the closing the sale, right? So don't read scripts. Don't follow a same pattern. Have a baseline, yes. Some questions that you have to work off to qualify them, to show them, and have a good process of how you demonstrate it. But also be able to read the flow and read the conversation and understand the other person, right? People want to feel heard. So, just don't read it off the script. That's all I'm going to say on the actual doing the demo. If afterwards you're doing a proposal, make sure you customize it. Okay, so that's another quick tip. I get demos and proposals all the time from different, SaaS companies that I look to work with or, use myself. And I can see that this is just like a copy and paste. There's no effort put behind this. And if I see there's no effort, then I say, okay, this guy wasted my time. I just gave you asked me 100 different questions and you showed me a demo. You spent a lot of my time, and then you give me a generic demo, presentation and expect that to sell me. Like, why didn't you just give me that from the beginning if that was the case, right? Why even waste my time with all that if I'm going to get something there was no effort put behind it. So if you're going to put together a presentation, a demo, proposal, take that extra, same thing, just like you did the research of the demo, take that extra time and put a thorough proposal put together specifically for them, right? So simple things, right? Like even just putting their logo on the first page and your logo, mention their name throughout different pages, their industry, how, throw in words that you picked up during the conversations based on their time of, the size of their business, or maybe the size of their team, or write down the actual problem that they told you that their problem is, and then write down the solution of how they present it to you. And you'll say, hey, this is the problem you're having. This is the solution I have. You're like, no, this isn't the problem I just told you, 2 days ago. And this isn't the solution that we talked about. So why are you giving me this different mismatch of information? So make it clear that you really, really understand them, that they want to be heard, and, make the pricing based on them. If they have 10 users, show them only the price for 10 users, and then you can show them a little bit more. Hey, as you grow, we're going to give you a discount if you get to 20 users, right? Don't show them, okay, so 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 5 to 30, whatever. Like, just make the price for them. They asked for 10 users today, and they're going to be growing. Give them the price for them, and they'll appreciate that a lot more. All right, guys. So that's it. I think that's enough tips for today. I hope that helps. I mean, try to implement these today, and let me know if that helps. Like, improve your closing rates, get more revenue. That's all this is about, right? Increase your pricing, and I hope you guys success in your SaaS journey. All right, guys. See you guys in the next episode where we'll have more interviews next week.
Thank you all for listening in to this episode and joining SaaS District today. Don't forget to leave a review and subscribe for future episodes where we interview top leaders in the SaaS industry. If you're a SaaS company looking to grow and unlock the true value of your business, get in touch with us at horizoncapital.com. And myself or one of our consultants will provide a free assessment to help you get there and hit your goals. If you have any feedback or suggestions for this podcast, please DM us on Instagram or LinkedIn at Horizon Capital and help us improve our content for you all. Thanks again and hope to see you on the next one.